Stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Since I was born, been stacking my coin. These niggas pop, my money keep growing. Your girl is a dot, she all on my groin. She blowing my horn, we fuck like porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. I'm loading my strap, they calling law. Fuck around and you clap for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars, then it don't make sense. Y'all be sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Okay. Ready? Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Get right into it, man. The market's just opened about 15 minutes ago. Stock market is down today. Why? Well, I told you why. In July, I didn't know exactly what the date was, but I thought it was going to be in August. But it comes to light this morning, for me at least, that the tariff talks, right? Remember those tariff talks that Trump gave them a 90-day bump? Yeah, July 9th. We're going to mark that on your calendar. July 9th is the day where a lot of these so-called tariff, I don't know what you want to call them, pausing, gets reenacted. Okay. Stocks are lower despite Besant saying several trade announcements are ahead. Again, July 9th is the date. So we got 2 days now. So we're talking about Wednesday of this week. This is when I think shit just starts to unravel, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you don't come to the table with Trump, referring to these countries don't come to the table and begin the negotiation process, then it reverses back to previous levels for each country. I'm more concerned, and I think the one that is the trigger pin, the linchpin in this whole thing, is the China tariff negotiations. I don't care about anybody else but China. If they don't strike a deal, then all hell is going to break loose. I'm telling you, all hell is going to break through. Listen, this is Crypto Blood's prediction. Okay. AI Griff in the building. Shout out to him. How your indicators looking, man? We still got the double dot, red, triple divergence top you were talking about last week. We're still in consolidation zone. We actually kind of got back into it. We're going to look at the charts and the trade setups. I think I got one coming up as a trade to put in right now. Maybe you guys can, well, I wouldn't say follow along because this thing is fluid. You know, this is a scalping system. You see on the screen right now, Bloodalytics scalping system. Get it right now. $24 a month. 1 minute, cancel anytime. 1 minute scalping system. I didn't enter on the initial short here for Ethereum. We took 50% off here. We're starting to get a move back up. And I think I'm going to go ahead and nibble and place a short in as we get a little bit higher, closer to the entry point. This is what I mean by waiting. If you miss your trade with the scalp signal, wait until it comes back to you. If it comes back to you. Sometimes it doesn't, like yesterday. Yesterday morning, Sunday morning, that bad boy went long, and it was sayonara, my friend. So it looks like, let's see here. I got an alert, but that alert was for the newer version of the algo. that I'm still tweaking for the scalping. Okay, so I'm not going to pay attention to that one. We're going to stick with the main gun, which is this one right here. All right, so Northside said, and Northside is one of the guys that signed up for the promo. I'll bring that up in a second. He's getting 5 days of the scalping system. He said, yo, what up, though? Missed the short this morning on Bloodalytics, trying to make this bread off the trial and gonna get the subscription. There you go, my guy. Take your time. Listen, I didn't mention this in the email, Northside, but don't go all in on one trade. I suggest trading during time zones like the U.S. time zone, 9:30 till about 4. You can't get them all. You can't get every trade because this is not the automated one. This is more tailored towards adding your own discretion into your trades. It's a great tool. Now, the swing trading one is fully automated, so you're going to catch every trade over there on Blowfin. But if you guys are interested in getting a 5-day trial, which won't be going on for too much longer, all you got to do is sign up with Bit2Nix. Hit that or scan that QR code or hit the link in the description. Okay, sign up and then email me at algo@cryptoblood.io. I'll drop it in the chat room, algo@cryptoblood.io, with your UID number and your TradingView username. Again, how do you get the TradingView username? Up in the corner, right there. Hit the icon once you're logged in on TradingView. Right there. You don't have to have a paying version of TradingView for the scalp system. So that's the good thing about that. All right. But at any rate, let's get back to the trades. Very close to getting into that short, man. Very close. So again, Northside, if you're following along, the S chicken means take 50% of your profits. Okay, so if you had entered up here in the short, S chicken means take 50% of those your position. So close 50% of your position at the S chicken. Vice versa. Or conversely, if you're going long and you see the L chicken, you take 50% of your profits off that L chicken. That's the first take profit. All other take profits, you're doing about 25% nibbles. You're just nibbling off of those, taking profits as you go along. So the TP longs and the TP shorts, well, we don't have one here on the short. We have to go back further on a short play. Here's a TP short. Those are 25%. That's how I modeled it. That's the most profitable way for you to exercise this system. That's the big short right there. I ain't talking about the movie either. That's a big short right there. Happened on Thursday night, and all the way down. Now, if you do trade outside of the range, you may get some back and forth, and you may get back and forth even during the U.S. time zone. It just depends. It's not. Listen, no system is like a panacea or a solution 100%. You don't have to do anything else. No, you got to stick to it. Like it may give you a couple false alerts, but once you get it, it's going to pay you back plus some. It's going to pay you back plus some. All right. So we'll take a look at the swing trades here in a second. I do want to look at Zero Hedge real quick because they're talking about exactly. We'll take a look at the calendar too for the week. But they're talking about exactly what I was thinking would be the time bomb. Futures drop ahead of July 9th tariff deadline. So U.S. equity futures are weaker with investors on the edge about potentially more tariffs from the Trump administration as we head into the July 9th deadline, which appears to have been rolled to August 1st. See, that's what I'm saying. I thought it was August. So what are they saying? 9th to the first, or I don't know what road to the first means. As of 8:15 Eastern Standard, we're talking about the S&P, but Scott Bessent indicated that some countries may get a 3-week extension. Okay, to the negotiations. This is what Trump does. This is the pattern that Trump likes to exhibit. Extend and pretend a little bit. You know, he comes out woofing, and then he pulls back, and then he hits you again. He'll come back again and tear you up. So let's just plan for August, as I stated a couple of months ago. I thought it was going to be August. So August time frame, August 1st seems like the time frame. So we may have some time here to see what the market's like wants to do as far as digesting the deals or no deals. But the one I'm most particularly watching is the China one. Does this article talk anything about China? All we have to do is do a search, right? Okay. Apple, after phone shipments from China in May were down 9.7% year to year. Let's see if we got another China. We got 12 Chinas in here. Trump administration plans to restrict shipments of AI chips from the likes of NVIDIA. I hate when people say NVIDIA. It's not NVIDIA, it's NVIDIA. Say it right or you're going to get shot in your ass. NVIDIA, okay, to Malaysia and Thailand, part of an effort to crack down on suspected semiconductor smuggling into China. Okay, that's not. I'm trying to find something about these tariffs regarding China. China is reviewing and improving applications for exports of controlled items to the U.S. as Beijing and Washington speed up the implementation of their trade framework. The Chinese Commerce Ministry said American officials have informed China that they are lifting a series of restrictive trade measures. A ministry. I want to see the deal though. Where's the deal? Where's the not the deal though? I just want to pause. I just want to see where's the deal. Where is the deal? Are we going to get a deal? I'm thinking that we're not. I don't see it. I don't see anything. I don't see China backing down. And I don't see Trump really backing down. He can't. He's already backed down by giving them 90 more days. Okay, so you want to catch a Tuesday market open? Yeah, go back and just kind of. I will say the Bitcoin one is better because that's the upgraded signal. The Bitcoin one is the one that's more accurate because I haven't upgraded the Ethereum one yet, but the Bitcoin one is more accurate. So, and it's kind of, you know, I don't know what your trading skill level is, but trade one at a time, get used to it, trade one pair and just focus on that. Don't have too many open. Tyson says he sent me an email. When did you send me an email? Because Northside's email I didn't see because it went to spam. So let me know when you sent it. I'll double back and look, my guy, and we'll get you set up this week. So what was I saying here? Yeah, your the Bitcoin one is the latest and the most improved one. But the Ethereum one is Gucci too. But it's the Bitcoin one is just a little bit better on the scalping. check that out. Your stop losses are your green lines, and it's not really a stop loss. Keep that in mind. It's a soft stop loss. What does a soft stop loss mean? It means within that minute, if we go down here, I'm programmed to have it where if we breach this line, it doesn't stop you out. Because sometimes these exchanges or, you know, the chart, Binance chart, they'll stop hunt, right? So it's a soft stop loss. So if we breach this point, but we don't close below that within that 1 minute candle and we come back up, we're safe. I did that on purpose because they'll try to, you know, you'll have those stop hunting maneuvers that happen. All right, let's see if I can find an example of that. So this was an example, but it ended up going short anyway. So you'll see. See, we breached the stop loss zone on that candle, the 1 minute, but we didn't close below it. And I think we might have just closed below it, right? Either here or here. And that's, we end up going short at that point. And that short actually panned out. That short from there, July on the 3rd, panned out for you. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, big, nice, beautiful short. Big, beautiful bill. Round of applause for the big, beautiful bill. All right, so I want to show y'all, you know, this is my favorite chart right here. I'm going to show you really quickly. This is my favorite chart. This total market cap. So this excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why is this my favorite chart? Because it really kind of gives you the real pulse on the crypto markets. Okay. That orange line you see is a previous resistance area. Okay. We've jumped above there on the 8th of May. And we've played around with going below it, coming back up. Ended up going below it, and now we're pressing back up against it again right now. So if we can see a close above $848 billion, which is just the entire altcoin market except Bitcoin and Ethereum, we get a breach through there and we get a crossover this Bloodalytics line right here, this bloodline. That's a go. That's a go for me. That means we are going to potentially make a small rally back up to the 947 range, which is percentage-wise, we're talking about 11%. So that's not a small move. I mean, it might be a small move for altcoins, but yeah, we may get a rally. But if we can't sustain, we've had a couple false breakouts, so you got to watch it. Doesn't mean we, you know, I know you don't have this chart, but every morning I live stream, I'll update you on it. Okay. But that's the area you want to watch. That is the area you want to watch. Who we got in the chat room today? Optimus Prime in the building. What's going on, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, y'all, as y'all jump in here. This stream is sponsored by Bit2Next and Blowfin. Blowfin, you guys want to join the Blowfin gang over there, Bloodalytics gang, where we trade automatically, I should say, with the Bloodalytics system. Come join us over there. Those are swing trades, so taking longer time frames on holding position swing trades, right? Trying to get 5, 6, 7, 8% out of a trade if possible. Time horizon is a lot longer or extended. Okay, so what we got on the table right now for swing trades, let's just take a look. I'm just giving you a scenario or example with the swing trades. We went long on Bitcoin last week, Wednesday, and we've been nibbling off that bad boy ever since. So that's how long you can hold a trade, and this is all automated over on Blowfin. So if you guys want to test this out and try it out, you can get a free month's worth by scanning that QR code and filling out the form, and we get you set up with Blowfin and the free 30-day swing trading system. All right, so that's Bitcoin. So we're in the long still on Bitcoin. We just went long on Ethereum after a toggle. We tried to go short. We were long. We took 50% of our trade profits off on Sunday evening on that pop we had yesterday. Went short, and now we're going long. So we're long on Ethereum. We just went short on Binance. Again, we really have not seen a clear direction in this market. This is I haven't seen this in a long time. So with that being said, I know AI Griff said there is some major divergence going on. We're probably at a very critical level in the markets on a higher time frame. This is why you're getting this kind of back and forth before the major move that's going to come. The longer we stay in these tight consolidated zones, it's like pressure building in a pipe. When it bursts, it's going to be diabolical. It's going to be diabolical. Now, AI Griff, he just said here that still a 118 top, and that's a blow off. 3 months top left, in my opinion. Left, not top. Oh, 3 months left in his opinion. So he's saying that we could get, and I can see something like that. 3 months will put us what? October. I just hope we get some type of move. All I need, listen, Bloodalytics only needs a move. That's all I need to make some money. If we get a move, up or down, that's when I get paid. That's when I get paid. But if we stay in these zones where ain't nothing going on, it's just like I'm kind of losing money or not making too much money. I just need a move, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's hope for something. I don't care which way it goes. Because we've really been in a tight area since early May. Yeah, early May. If I draw, let's get the Bloodalytic moons out the way. If I draw a trend line here, so we've seen a trend upwards. End of let's see. Let me draw my rectangle. Get the rectangle out. The break your neck. So really this is where we've been in the zone, okay, since early May, going on 2 months. All right, so look, you guys may see may have seen that smiley face. You saw it on the thumbnail. The smiley face, and I've circled this area. Why did I circle this area? There's a reason why I highlighted that area. In the stream last week, I told you what that looked like. That was price manipulation. Someone strategically just bidding the market up. That's not normal price behavior. With that being said, typically after they try to basically spur momentum and sentiment in a direction, and in this case an up direction, typically if the markets don't bite on it, you get a fade back, and we faded back on Friday. We ended up right at the top of that zone. But what ultimately happens is you can manipulate a market in the short run, but you can't manipulate a market in the longer run. If you're, and I say that there are of course exceptions to the rules. We've seen the gold market be manipulated for many years. We've seen the silver market be manipulated for many years. We've seen LIBOR, the LIBOR rate, that rigging being manipulated. It was rigged so bad, and they exposed them so bad that they had to shut the damn LIBOR down. They don't even have LIBOR rate. It's something else now. That's how horrible it was. So you can have extended periods of manipulation, but in markets where there are very few players, that's when you can do that. Bitcoin, cryptos, though it's a small market, it does have a decent amount of players in it. So over time, in the short run, there are some big players that can influence the markets. But in the longer run, the market's going to pick the most equilibrium price for Bitcoin with all information available. The president's group, yeah, they probably are, but it was being manipulated even before Trump. Gold price goes up every time a bank goes under. Yeah. So I say all that to say, I think what's going to happen, we're going to traverse this area at some point in the near future, because this was fake. This was fake. All right. That was fake. And boy, did I miss my entry talking to you. Look at this. Look at this, guys. I literally was talking to you guys. The market ran back up to our entry point on that short. And boom, I would have been able to get in where I fit in. Slammed right down right when we got back to the entry point on that short for the scalp. That would have been a great entry, but I missed it. So I gotta wait. Gotta be patient. This is on Ethereum. Bitcoin, we've been in a short on the scalp since last night, honestly. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday. All right, that's pretty much it for today. I do want to just quickly go over and see what we got coming up for the calendar this week. We got nothing really going on today. Banking holidays all over the place. We have nothing really going on July 8th. And then FOMC meeting minutes come out. And these are the minutes from the previous meeting. So, not sure if we're going to get any glean any new insight from what they met about last week. And then July 10th, we got unemployment claims. And Friday, we have Nothing. So it's pretty quiet this week on the news. I think tariffs are going to be a big component to this week's sentiment. So pay attention to that. I'll stream again later this week, maybe tomorrow, if there needs to be. But July 9th, which is Wednesday, I'm definitely streaming because I want to see what's going on with these deadlines. And I know they're going to can kick, but I just want to see what the markets are going to do and how the markets are going to react. Stock market across the board is down right now, but still early. Okay, still early, about an hour and 15 minutes into the session. Tesla shares drop 8%. Elon Musk says he is launching a political party. Yep, that happened. The American Party. Lame name. Someone said it on, I think it was Anything for Clicks. He said on Twitter, lame name. Very lame. Very lame. But I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted about this American Party because yet again, let me just show you this really quickly. Another stab in the back of the MAGA the MAGA supporters, me being one of them. You know, look at this. FBI and DOJ come out and say there's nothing going on with Jeffrey Epstein. So DOJ FBI memo claims no evidence of Epstein client list or blackmailed power people and alleges evidence shows he committed suicide. This is some bullshit, man. This is some bull. So now we're on strike 3, man. Strike 3, Trump. You're mad. I didn't care. I did want to see Martin Luther King Jr. That would have been great to see what that was about, but that quickly got iced. I didn't really care about Epstein. I was interested in JFK. We gleaned some things from there. We know now, and I saw this over the weekend from Alex Jones. I did tweet this out or retweet it. Alex Jones said that. Let's see if I can pull that up really quickly. Alex Jones said Lee Harvey Oswald worked for the CIA. I mean, we kind of figured that, but CIA finance operatives had direct contact with JFK's assassin before the killing, according to documents declassified yesterday. This is old news for anyone that's done their research, but it's still a big deal that it's coming out now via Trump's orders. Yeah, but bruh, where are, people want, I don't care, but people were really believing in Pam Bondi. They were believing in Kash Patel to come out and expose this Epstein situation. And now we're seeing that it's pretty much a nothing burger from them. So that's strike 3. Epstein, you got, dropping bombs, though we didn't start a war yet. This is what I told Maverick last night or yesterday. Make sure you guys go watch the live stream from the Maverick approach yesterday. I was on with Mav and Devin. Yeah, it's no war yet, but I feel like, and many people in the MAGA crew feel like that was a catalyst for a war in the future against Iran. It was an unprovoked move by Israel in the first place. Got duped by Trump again. Not again. This is my first time getting duped by him, bro. So you got Epstein, you got the bombing, and these this big beautiful bill, and $4 or $5 trillion to the deficit makes Doge irrelevant. It makes Doge absolutely irrelevant. So 3 strikes, you're out of here. Unless one of the strikes It's kind of that Iran bombing is you know, we pending that strike. That's in the review booth right now. We're in the review booth right now with the Iran. But come on, man. You think Iran just gonna let Israel bomb first, like Tupac? Not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna happen. They're planning on something. And you know, word on the street is the ceasefire came because Israel begged Trump to get Iran to ceasefire. They were getting hit so hard, and so they were begging. They were calling uncle. So that's why Elon is so mad. Yeah, that's why Elon is mad. And it's interesting to see again. I have mixed feelings about Elon and this American party. Elon is an unstable individual right now. He needs to get off that ketamine and start sipping on this spirulina. Like crypto blood. But you notice in the media, they're deflecting. They're deflecting and saying Elon is mad because the big beautiful bill took out all those EV incentives, right? That's not why he's mad. Yeah, he was pissed off about that, but that's not why he's mad. He's mad because the bill added $5 trillion. Now, over 10 years, and the $5 trillion they say is offset by revenue of 2 to 3 trillion. So you're talking about a net deficit of 2 to 3 trillion. Really, it's not the 5 trillion, but it doesn't matter. It's adding. It defeated the purpose of Doge. Defeats the purpose of Doge. So we'll see what happens. Optimus Prime said the dome was getting leaky. You're right. So time to join the American Party? Not so fast, my guy. But I'm definitely mad at Trump, man. You know, crypto blood gonna keep it real, man. I can't let that slide. Can't let that slide. Hit that like button, share the stream. Make sure you guys join the Bit2Nix Crypto Blood promo. Ends July 24th, but that's what you get for registering. $10 in your account plus a 10% bonus. Trade to win potentially $500. And you can leverage up to 125, which don't do that. Don't do that. It's only for the first 300 users though. So make sure you do that. But on top of that, I'm giving a limited edition, limited time, I should say, promo where if you sign up with Bit2Nix, scan that QR code you see on the screen, sign up. Send me an email at algo@cryptoblood.io with your UID number from Bit2Nix and your TradingView username, and you will get a 5-day free pass of the Bloodalytics scalping system. All right. All right, that's it, ladies and gents. I'll check y'all tomorrow. Holla. Yo, I did not even hear about this one. Blockchain report. We gotta talk about this one. Might have to bring this up on the math report. Oh man, I did not hear about this one. Yeah, this is sad, man. This is sad.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.